Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever and wherever you all. And welcome back to the Beta Plan, discussing and reviewing the newest expansion of Crusader Kings 2. Horse Lords. One of the many things that has changed with this update is, for instance, the screen at the beginning of each game. Each time you will be presented with a screen telling you about Crusader Kings 2. But moreover, you are presented with a screen that tells you about your culture and if that gives possibly any effects. For instance, all Athaic cultures can raid, despite of perhaps being of a religion that used to be unable to raid. This screen also tells you about your government system and what you can expect from such a system, what type of holdings you can build, and what you can or cannot do. And the same holds true for your religion, and all the special bonuses and perhaps disadvantage that comes with a religion. Overall, this update increases the usability of the UI. I can immediately tell, for instance, my ruler not to lead in any armies. Moreover, the portraits have been made universal, all dukes now having a silver lined circle with gemstones on top and below, whereas counts have a silver circle, and where kings have a golden circle, and where emperors have a golden circle with gemstones. And based on their government system, which can be found through the new government tab, a different color ribbon is given to a ruler. Where those rulers that use the ICTA system have green ribbons, those that are tribal of brown ribbons, those that are feudal of blue ribbons, those of a merchant republic having a harsh pink color, and those of a theocracy having white ribbons. This improvement of the UI permeates through many decisions within Crusader Kings 2. For instance, it is now quite possible not to only kill your brother by plotting against him through the quick button, but also through diplomacy. Moreover, remember those events that you required before you could put someone in the oubliette? No more need for those. You can immediately throw them into the oubliette or put them in house arrest. Another update to the UI. The update also alters the formerly very powerful Invasion Causes Belli, now costing a steep 500 prestige to declare, preventing eternal warfare by the Athaic cultures. The update also provides us with new lands, the Eastern Steppes, where once Genghis Khan came from, the lands in which in EU4 you can play as Yarkaland, Chagatai, or the Oirat Horde. And speaking of land, 3 new land bridges have been added to the game, allowing Naples to walk in this time period to their lands across the Adriatic Sea, or for England to walk to Ireland and keep its firm grip on its people, or for Sweden to be able to allow to walk to Gotland. But all those changes come with the update. So what actually does the DLC provide? Well, you can play as a nomad. The nomadic government system is what you obtain with the DLC. A government system that plays very uniquely and very differently from the other government systems, requiring you to look at your population. For this, decide how much manpower you have, and for each 250 manpower, you can once again create a new regiment for your ever-growing hordes, who are all horsemen based. No people of the nomads walk on foot. And these walls are eternally there, much like a retinue. And much like a retinue, do suffer attrition. Unlike the event spawn based troops of the Mongol Empire that we so used to know, and perhaps hate. If you have the DLC as well, your casus belli have been altered, once again. Because an invasion casus belli, if you wish to declare it, does now only cost but 100 prestige, but its limiting factor is based on the fact that your population needs to be at least 90%. However, if you wish to expand your territory nonetheless, you can always declare a subordination CB, which, unlike the invasion CB, does not grant you all the lands within a kingdom but within a duchy, but for all other effects and purposes gain you the lands like an invasion CB. Be warned, however, everybody of the same fate may come to the aid of the one you attack, much like a holy war. And do you not wish to gain lands, but wish to have a greater income and increase your influence, then there is always the possibility of declaring a tributary war. For these wars gain you prestige if you win it, and 40% of the income, that the one that you have declared upon, after victory at least, will come your way. In fact, on the map, the land that you have made a tributary will gain your name. Unfortunately, however, such an arrangement dies when the ruler dies as well. They are not eternal. Another addition to this DLC, and one that has consequences that stretch much further than the new lands, is the one of the Silk Road. The Silk Road provides tax bonuses as well as a trade income bonus for those who own a county along its way. In fact, you can increase these bonuses by building trade posts, even if you are not a merchant republic. However, you must own the counties directly. A count beneath you will not do. Building trade posts along the Silk Road provide bonuses for all the owners of a province along the Silk Road. However, if a country is at war, then trade is disrupted, and not only for that country or for that country, but for all the countries and counties downstream of it, even if they themselves are at peace. Another new mechanism introduced into this DLC is one that actually helps you fight against the pagans. Remember that atrocious attrition that you suffered while you were fighting the pagans? Well, those are no more if you would just spend a little gold and build yourself a fort. What was once a province that could only hold about 2,000 soldiers all of a sudden becomes a province in which your soldiers are capable of finding food and making sure that they do not die simply because of the lack of it, but die like they should upon the battlefield. The DLC also comes with new events obtainable for the Altaic cultures. Buying the entire pack for the new DLC also nets you new portraits, available for most of the Altaic cultures. And, of course, there is a new little pack with new music that you can hear within the background. So the question is, what do I think of this DLC or the update? Personally, and everything that follows, I would like to remind you, is personal opinion. I think the update is a treat. The improved UI makes it so much easier, certainly for new players, to learn about the many intricacies that are present within Crusader Kings 2. It tells you about the rules of engagement that you gain because of your culture, religion, and government system. Moreover, the update gives us new lands, and who doesn't like new lands, if only to look at, if not to conquer them. The update also changes the all-powerful invasion casus belli, making sure that the Altaic cultures do not run over the east of Europe so easily. It also adds new land bridges, which may be the only thing of the update I do not like, because historically I have never heard of an army crossing the Adriatic Sea, or passing from Dublin to Wales, or from Gotland to Sweden, and vice versa of course. So what did you gain for buying the update, for spending your money, and giving it to Paradox? You gain a whole new government system to play as, the Nomadic government system, which feels extremely unique. And as such, the update gives me flashbacks of the Republic DLC, who gave us a new government system to play as, the Merchant Republic. But unlike the Republic, we have gained new lands, a very updated UI, and new events surrounding the Altaic cultures. Or better to say, the cultures using the Nomadic government system, because the Magyars also certainly use it. As such, this DLC feels like a Republic Plus. And although it is not the Rajas of India, who gave us so much land to play as, different cultures and different religions, and certainly not old gods, who gave us all the pagan lands to play as well as setting back the date and all kinds of new events. Horse Lords feels to me to be better, for instance, than the Sons of Abraham, a DLC mainly based around events, as was the Legacy of Rome. Or, for instance, Charlemagne, despite sending back the date, its events were little and just surrounding in a time period, and the Legacy of Rome's events, though very cool, are only focused around the Byzantine Empire. As such, I would rate this DLC to be the third or fourth DLC of Crusader Kings 2. So I thank Paradox for making it, and I say it's worth your money. Now if you have a different opinion, feel free to put it in the comments, but be respectful and give constructive criticism. For as many people as there are in the world, so many different opinions exist, and they are all worth their while. Thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.